It's been a long time since I've gotten a Marvel Legends figure, but I just couldn't say no to this new figure from Thor, Love and Thunder. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode we will be unboxing, playing with, and reviewing the new Marvel Legends Thor, Love and Thunder Groot figure. Now, honestly, I kind of called out this character in my review of the Bushranger Fortnite figure. And the reason was I was trying to compare which woodland character was more cute. I think Bushranger still wins out, but this figure, I could not say no to it because of the personality that is on his face. I mean, this figure looks beautiful. It has a great facial expression and sculpting, and I mean, without further ado, let's jump in and open this dude up, and you can see for yourself. Okay, folks, here we go. Here is Groot from Thor, Love and Thunder. And let me say, I am very excited about this movie. I'm excited about the crossover with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just feel like this is going to be a tremendous movie, and I'm super excited. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging real quick. I mean, it's pretty simple, and we can see that Hasbro did not utilize their plastic-less packaging for this, probably because it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere for a while and it just is finally hitting the shelves now. Now, we can see the Thor symbol on the top here. The Build-A-Figure is Korg, forget his name there. And we have a beautiful piece of artwork with the adolescent Groot. And it just says Groot, I am Groot, and in a bunch of different languages, which is pretty neat. And I won't even attempt to try to read those off because I am horrible at pronunciations. But we can see who else is in the toy line here. We have Thor, the mighty Thor. Gore, which there's been a lot of flack over this character, but I feel like it's Marvel. So they will hopefully, this will just be like his first incarnation, and maybe we'll see a more comic accurate version later in the film. I mean, they don't want to give that away in the first wave of figures. But we also have King Valkyrie, Ravager Thor, which is pretty cool. We have Star-Lord and Groot. Now, out of all these figures, I have to say Groot is the only one that piqued my interest. And I'm not a hardcore Marvel Legends figure collector, and I think it suffers from the same thing that a lot of Hasbro figures do nowadays, and that is low shipment numbers, crappy pre-sale allotments, which I don't get. I mean, why do you go to Marvel Pulse and they're sold out? I mean, that's the company making them. Yes, I know plastic shortages and so on and so forth and all that, but I mean, Hasbro Pulse should at least have like a time limit to order stuff, not just, hey, we're going to throw this up and when it sells out in 5 minutes, tough luck. I'm experiencing that a lot with G.I. Joe figures at the moment, and it really bums me out. But here we go in his plastic shell. So this is pretty cool. I didn't see this in the outside of the packaging, but here we have a tendril arm for him. Sorry, my lighting might be a little off. Here, let me crisp that up a little bit. Pretty nice. So let's put that to the side here. And let me move this down a little bit. So we also have his like awesome spike arm like he used in Endgame. Get this tape out of here. When he like skewered all those dudes on it, that was super awesome. So I'll put that to the side. He comes with an awesome rifle that looks very much like something Rocket would use. And I would have loved if they had a new Rocket figure to go with this set, but maybe they will eventually. Very cool. And I think that's an interesting character trait. I mean, the original Groot from the first Guardians of the Galaxy was very peaceful for the most part. So it's very interesting to see this adolescent Groot grow up under different circumstances and is more combative and will use other weapons. Sorry, as I try to get this alternate hand out of here. And this looks to be the hand that will hold onto the rifle. Pretty nice. And here we have 3 alternate hands, if you will. Yet, why don't they hardly include alternate hands with G.I. Joe? Again, that's a bummer. Now, this is awesome. Great detailing. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to buy any of the other figures in the line, so unfortunately, I'm going to miss out on building this cool dude. But look at this belt buckle. That is rad. Great detailing on the fur here. His bandoliers. The leather work. Very nice. And it's just a fun character to begin with. So, kind of bummed I will not be able to get him. But you know what? I'm going to add this to my drawer of bric-a-brac. And maybe I have different parts that I could create a Frankenstein character and have fun with it. So we'll put that to the side. And now for the tree himself, Groot. As I said, if we can get a good close-up here, this facial expression is what sold me. Again, I'm having lighting issues here. So hold on a moment. Let me see if I can resolve this super quick. I apologize. My aim was to keep this a short episode. So here I am with technical difficulties making it a little bit longer, so I apologize. But anyway, one day I'll get this set up correct. Look at the expression on his face. That's definitely what sold me. Just very like steely, ready to get into it. And like I said, I believe this version of Groot is more combative, more offensive. Definitely not as peaceful as the original, but look down in there. You can see tree rings, little sprouts. Very nice. The detailing of the bark here. A little bit of like moss coloring up in here. Very nice. Now, let's see how poseable he is. I mean, the one thing I fear with these spindly arms is them busting apart. But so far, so good. They seem pretty sturdy for what they are. Of course, there's a definite bend, a little bit of play in the plastic itself. But that is the extent of that. That wrists move. Has this ab crunch here, kind of, sort of, more of a spin, does not really crunch.
Does not have a hip movement, which is fair because of how his motion is. His locomotion as a character. Ooh. Does not have the double knee. My apologies for trying. I could see the joint or the post actually bending in there. So just a knee bend. Again, makes sense with a very Frankenstein walking-esque type of character. Sorry for a lack of better terminology. Has some interesting movement here at the ankle. So let's try to put some different hands on him and see what happens. So this is the right hand. Comes off pretty good. Goes in pretty good. So, hey, bonus there. And let us put this big old rifle in there. Of course, they had to make it very awkward. There we go. Look at that. His trigger finger goes in the trigger with no problem. Oh, comes out easy too. Yeah, with the lack of mobility with the joints, it's kind of having a problem with getting a cool pose, in my opinion. Maybe other people have better luck with posing. I'm horrible at posing. I'm hoping to get better because, I've toyed with the idea, no pun intended, of doing some photography one day, and I need to get some cool poses down. That's not hateful. Move this up just a tad there. That's pretty cool. Now let's try a tendril. We'll pop this one off because I want to leave this on for something I want to try here in a second. Pretty cool. I dig it. So let me try one thing for fun, and then we will wrap this up. Because I think it would be pretty fun if he could hold other types of weapons. So let's see how that goes. Here we have an M60 from an actual Spawn figure from long ago, the Soldier Spawn. Kind of wish I still had that figure and all of his accessories because they were pretty cool. I do not even know what happened to it. I just know I don't have it anymore. So let's put this around here. I dig it. I think he's ready to join the ranks of G.I. Joe when he's done shooting around the galaxy. I like it. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I enjoy this figure. I mean, it's going to look nice up on the shelf. I don't see a ton of playability with it for myself because I mean, the articulation is not the best, but it fits the character. But I'll just be happy to have him up on the shelf next to the rocket that I have. So, anyway, back to me.
Anyway, back to me. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've gotten a Marvel Legends figure. I mean, the ones that I truly want are never on the shelves, and they go for a lot higher prices online because, yeah, Hasbro, what's up? I mean, back in the day, the shelves were lined with your toys. Now, people have to actually, like, fight and take out loans just to get one. But anyway, like I said, it's been a while, so I'm very happy that I jumped back in with this Groot figure. Is it 100% the best action figure ever? No. But it fits the character, and it's just a really nice sculpt. I mean, they took a lot of time to put details into his bark skin, like I said, the circle, the tree ring, if you will, inside of his, bark type of crown, and the little sprouts coming out. I mean, those are all really neat details. Couple that with the really great face sculpt that just, it shows off so much personality with not a lot of features to go by. So, thumbs up for that. I mean, the sculptors that made this figure really did a great job. So, I'm really happy to have it for those aspects alone, and the fact that I really love Groot. From the movies, anyway. I've fallen off collecting comics many, many years ago, so I have no idea of where he sits within the Marvel universe of comics, but as far as the movies go, yeah, I mean, big fan, and really happy to get this figure. And, like I said, I have a little Rocket Raccoon figure that they look great next to each other, and they're hanging out with G.I. Joe at the moment because I'm planning on revamping the shelf here behind the camera that has a lot of my 6-inch figures on it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.